This week on Steel Horse Thunder, we meet up with Chris and Beth so they can show us the roads of Western Indiana. This gives you a chance, I always say it gives me a chance to breathe. It gets me away from everything else. Your head can clear out and you can just ride. And there's just, people talk about the freedom in riding. And this is when you really learn what real freedom is all about. A ride that Chris and Beth desperately needed this year.
You know, it's nice to have Dad with me today, out riding with us, worried about my family, and it's just a lot of things going through my head,
When one day at a time is too much, you take it 1 minute, 1 second at a time, and be there for each other. You just gotta be there.
All that and much more this week on Steel Horse Thunder.
You know, the fact that you said you'd handcuff me in one of your cells and lock me in, that's kind of got me intrigued. So
Steel Horse is brought to you by Ladendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.
how would you describe, in a nutshell, what is Texas Corral?
Texas Corral is more than a restaurant. It's actually it's a Texas-themed dining experience. It's good for the whole family if you want to come and bring everyone, or if you just want to come in and have a beer. It's totally fine either way.
And just like in Texas, everything is bigger here.
Absolutely. We have big beers, big samplers, but low prices.
So whether you're taking the family out to dinner, or if you just finished riding the back roads of beautiful southern Indiana with your buddies on the motorcycles, Texas Corral is the place to be. Two great locations.
You've just been injured in an automobile collision, and suddenly your vocabulary has been expanded to include terms you're totally unfamiliar with. We know accidents can be overwhelming to the injured victims and their families. You know you can put your trust in the familiar faces at Ladendorf Law. We take care of you and your family so that you can focus on recovering from your injuries. Ladendorf Law, like family, because we are.
When it's time to ride, we'll keep your mind where it matters most, on the open road. We get it. Ryder Insurance is the only insurance company specifically created for the motorcycle and ATV communities. No one but riders. Our specialized staff is here for you with great coverage options, discounts to help you save, and 24/7 claims reporting if something happens along the way. And with roadside assistance included on all of our policies, we've got your back wherever the road leads. We get it. No worries, just riding.
Hey man, we spend all summer long going out to charity rides and we do all these big group rides, but sometimes you just gotta say, I just gotta go ride just for fun. Isn't today a perfect day to go ride just for fun?
Today is a perfect day. And you didn't even shave today.
Didn't shave, you do. It's just like, forget this. I'm not gonna shave. I'm not even gonna wear clean underwear. I'm just gonna go out and ride and have a good time. Be a real biker, right?
Today we're going to go on a portion of one of our prior year Dash for Cash routes. We're going to be heading northwest, going by a few covered bridges that are around the area, checking those out. A really cool railroad bridge, and we'll be heading north up into Rockville to check out the jail bed and breakfast and the 36 Saloon.
Cindy asked us if we could come up with a destination that would be west of Indianapolis, and anytime that you're riding out here, the covered bridges is the big draw out in the west portion of central Indiana, as well as Rockville. So that's just real close to home for us. It's a place that we go when we have a few extra minutes.
Before we got on the road, our good friends Chris and Beth wanted to provide us with the full big ride experience.
All right, I need to make sure everybody got registered.
Did you all get your waiver forms filled out? If not, get them here.
Okay, everybody, we need everybody to come in for the safety meeting.
If you don't have your wristbands, I have them in the back for $5.
And after we did the 50-50 drawing and the silent auction, it was finally time for kickstands up. First, we made a quick stop to see a barn completely decorated in graffiti art. Then we got to stop and see one of the beautiful covered bridges in western Indiana.
Yeah, the bridge behind us is part of the Big Four Railroad. Of course, it's been sold out a few times, but we call this the Big Four Arch. It's, as you see, a concrete bridge that has a tunnel that runs all the way through it. As a kid, my dad used to bring us out here and we'd climb up in it and you can go from one end to the other. Of course, it gets all graffitied up. It's kind of a place for the teenagers to come and hang out, and it's something that's kind of off the beaten path. It's neat to come and look at and check out.
This was a great stop Chris and Beth picked out. Everyone loves a spooky bridge with a ton of legends attached to it.
If you get caught here after dark, the goat man might appear to you. Abductions supposedly have happened from time to time back in the 60s and 70s. Most recently, it is basically used for teenagers to come out and party.
Yeah.
All these arches have cutaways in the middle of them. You have to get down like this, but you can.
Yeah, you can go right through the center of it, and you can go all the way. You
can go all the way the other
on the inside.
So how do you get up there?
And like true motorcyclists wanting to explore the unknown, we just had to go up inside the bridge.
Can you make it?
Yeah.
Slippery.
Now this is the fun part.
Yeah, you got it. It's wet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
So
it
you
goes
crawl
all the way
through there.
through.
We felt like kids without a care in the world crawling around that bridge. It was such a nice break from the hustle and bustle of our normal busy lives.
When we were kids, you had to bring us here. We'd go all the way through and out the other end.
Wow.
And then you get on the top of the tracks and walk back across.
It was time to get back on the bikes and ride. And there was one thing I kept thinking about. The four of us work in and around the motorcycle community all year long. But for a group of people who eat, breathe, and sleep motorcycles, turns out we don't get a chance to ride as much as you might think.
For us, a typical work week, you know, I'm working during the week with Cindy's dad. Cindy's cleaning houses all week long, and then Saturday and Sunday we're usually out and we're doing big charity rides and big charity events. We've got bike nights Wednesday night, Thursday night. We were doing them Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for a while. So, I mean, our work week it's just tough. And even on our days off, we're working, and you never get a break.
Beth and I very rarely get the opportunity to ride. You know, we're open 6 days a week. So Sunday's our only day to get out. And, you know, a lot of times we like to spend that with the grandkids or, you know, doing something that isn't motorcycle related, since we're living and breathing motorcycles every day of the week.
Other than test rides of customers' motorcycles, it's very, very rare that we have the time to get out and go. So this is a godsend.
Yeah, I pretty much work every day cleaning houses, and I'm doing that from the time I get up till the time I go to bed, just about.
While you're riding, it gives you a chance to just be alone with your motorcycle and thoughts. And for Chris and Beth, this was a welcome break while they are in the middle of one of the most emotional up and down years of their lives.
This year's been a lot of milestones, you know. We finally made the decision to build onto the shop. at the same time that the shop was starting to go under construction, my mother passed away unexpectedly. So, you know, I've had a lot of emotions running up and down. You know, miss my mother dearly. We didn't expect it and didn't see it coming, but she passed in her sleep, so I have some peace with that.
We got married in January and things were great. Of course, we had our big ride in June, went very, very well. A few weeks later, Chris's mom passed away. And it's been very hard on the whole family. The same day that we were arranging her funeral, they broke ground on our new building. So it has been a very emotional ride, especially the last couple months.
You know, it's nice to have Dad with me today, out riding with us. You know, worried about my family, and it's just a lot of things going through my head. You know, the shop's busy. We got you know, we got plenty of work to do. We got a new facility we're moving into. We're excited about that, and I'm going to continue to make my mother proud.
I can understand how they feel because we've kind of been there where you just want to get out, you just want to ride, you don't want to have to worry about anything that's going on, you don't want to have to talk to anybody else, you can just get out there with good friends and be able to ride.
Like they say, wind therapy. You know, to get out on some of these back roads and in the canopy of the shade, and you know, you don't have the cell phones ringing and you know, all the busyness of life. You can just you know, kind of float off into whatever your thoughts are. You know, I've been thinking a lot about my mother, and really enjoying the fact that I got my dad riding right behind me. You know, that's who got me into riding motorcycles, so it's real nice to be able to ride with him today.
I think it's very good for both of them to be out today riding, since they just lost Chris's mom, John's wife. Both of them have been talking a whole lot and hanging out, and we haven't had the opportunity to ride. And this kind of gave us that opportunity for all of us to get out and go, and I really think it's doing well. It looks like they're enjoying each other's company and healing.
I just remember back when Eric passed away, I remember how we worked and worked and worked, and then finally got a chance to get away. And Cindy and I took a 3-day trip out on the bikes, didn't know where we were going, just rode. And I know Chris, you know, just losing his mom, you know, his dad is here with us, and I know how therapeutic this is going to be for them. They don't realize how therapeutic it'll be, but down the road, they're going to look back on this day, and I think this is going to be a very fond memory for them.
Pray a lot. One step in front of the other, 1 foot in front of the other. When one day at a time is too much, you take it 1 minute, 1 second at a time, and be there for each other. You just got to be there.
Vince, the store looks a whole lot different than it did this time last year.
It does. I actually saw our old interview and I saw the barren walls behind, how different it looked. It has changed a lot.
So obviously business has been going good for you, and what's new around here?
We just kind of expanded everything. We really listened to what the customers have told us. Like, for example, last year I was like, oh, you don't have any perforated leather. So now this year I have perforated leather. We picked up a couple exclusive brands that no one else are going to carry or have available in the area, and it's all customer driven. I listen to what they say, and that's what I put here. We're on the southwest corner of 96 in Aliceville. There's a light to get in. There's very convenient. Construction's done, so come right on in. It's right in the same strip mall as Kip's Pub and southwest corner.
And remember, when you come in, make sure you tell them Steel Horse Thunder sent you.
Leidendorf Law has been a proud sponsor of charity rides throughout central Indiana. Through the years, we have established many lasting relationships with Steel Horse viewers and clients. I've had many riders come up to me and say, I hope I don't ever need a lawyer, but if I do, I know who to call. So if you're in an accident and need a seasoned trial lawyer, call Leidendorf Law. Leidendorf Law, like family, because we are.
I think people like Hang Out of Flames mainly because it's not a big corporate store. They can come here, they can hang out. We invite them in the back to watch us while we work on their bike or even participate. We get a lot of new riders, first-time riders. They like that extra hands-on, and I think they like the pride in knowing what's being done to their motorcycle.
They do great work, and it's a great place to hang out. And we're thankful to have them as a sponsor of Steel Horse Thunder. So Donna, tell me about your bike, because this is a pretty cool bike. I love the color, I love the way it looks. Tell me about it.
It's a custom built bobber. It started out as a 1988 883 Sportster, and it's bored out to a 1250 and cut back. It has very little on it, only the necessities. There's no gas gauge, there's no speedometer, there's no turn signals, nothing. It's just basics, and it makes it lightweight, and it's really actually easy to ride. It does go fast, so you have to be careful, but this is my first real bike and really riding, and this is what I basically started out on, so yeah.
So how long have you been riding?
This makes my second full year, actually.
Second full year.
Yeah.
So
kind of started in the fall the year before and rode a little bit, and then really took off last year.
So is this the bike that you started on then, and have you changed it any?
Basically, this is what I started on. I did try a few years ago on a Buell Blast, but that didn't work out too well, and I just decided that I wanted to get my own bike and try it again, and I did it.
Okay, well, I want to know why that Buell Blast didn't work out, because I have one, and I love that bike. It was fun.
Well, I didn't make a curve, a turn, and I ramped a cattle gate and went up in the air on the other side, but I landed on two wheels. But the ex was behind me, and it made him so nervous he freaked out that I couldn't ride with him, and he made me too nervous to ride with him after that, so I gave it up.
Well, you shouldn't have gave it up, because you may have been, another Bubba Blackwell on jumping bikes or something.
Well, yeah, but I'm too old for that now, so I'm not going to try it again, okay?
You're never too old. Well, I love this bike. It's beautiful. I love the way that it's built. The solo seat is awesome. I hope you have a lot of good miles on this bike.
I hope I do too, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I get a lot of attention on this bike. I wish I got that much attention when I wasn't on it. Hey!
Well, thank you very much for talking about your bike. I love it. Just keep on riding.
Thank you. I think you guys are awesome, what you do for everybody and everything, so thanks.
Are you adequately insured if you get in an accident? Do you have the right coverage? Can you recover from your own insurance company? These are questions we deal with on a daily basis. So call us at 317-842-5800 or visit us at Leidendorf.com. Because if you're in an accident, you need us against the insurance company. Leidendorf Law, like family, because we are.
Some people say true beauty comes from within. At Krambos, we think beauty can be inside and out. Along with the best paint and body work in the state, Krambos also offers all Harley motorcycle service work, from tune-ups to rebuilds, so make sure your bike looks as good as it runs and bring it on in to the only shop that treats your bike as good as we treat our own. Krambos. We'll get you noticed.
The last stop before Rockville was the Mansfield Bridge, an awesome bridge over a small river where people can come to swim, relax, and hang out. So far, the ride today was just what the doctor ordered.
We've been talking about doing this for quite a while, and we haven't been able to, so after 3 or 4 years, here we are riding, and it's very, very nice.
Thinking about my trip in a few weeks to go into Seattle to see Wesley, which will be nice. Thinking about how much work I'm going to have to do before I go on that trip. So yeah, even though it's a relaxing time, sometimes it keeps on going.
What I'm loving about today is we're just getting together with a few friends, coming down here, we're coming into roads I've never rode on. You know, living down in southern Indiana, of course I ride southern Indiana, but there are great roads everywhere. So I really love getting together. You know, normally we're in big groups, big rides, and those get really hairy. I said to get here with just a few other friends, you know, with Chris and Beth and Chris's dad, to be able to come out and just ride and get away from all the other stuff and just ride. That's what makes motorcycling so much fun.
Days like today, yes, is very wonderful because you get to go out, you get to just lay it all off your shoulders and get out there and ride and have fun, and you don't have to worry about what's going on around you. You can just have a leisurely day. It's just wonderful.
It's very nice. This is only the second time this year I've been on a bike, and it's August. So it's very nice just to get out and just enjoy the scenery. It's beautiful scenery, and you miss that.
We've mentioned that Chris and Beth have had a lot of ups and downs this year. One of the ups for them has been deciding to add on to their business, Krambos, and building a brand new massive garage.
We've needed it for a long time. We've operated out of an old Texaco gas station that we've converted, which will actually turn 100 years old in next year. So we built on another 48 by 72 feet, another about 3,500 square feet. We're going to expand the showrooms, expand the merchandise, you know, move all the operation of the paint and the service into the new building. So we're really looking forward to growing and being able to, you know, have more items for people, better service, quicker service, add some people to the staff, and the growing pains of business, I guess. My building was built by one man, Russ Ladd's his name. Incredible person, very particular about what he does. Didn't think it could be possible for one man to set all the poles and set the trusses, and a one-man operation, but he did one fantastic job. Highly recommended. Barns by Russ.
It was time to head to Rockville to see our last two stops on our trek across western Indiana. The first stop was the Old Jail Inn, a great stop for motorcycle riders with an incredible backstory.
You're in Park County's third jail to the county, and it opened in 1879, and the guests or the prisoners left in 1998. I acquired it in 09. So between 89 and 09, it was empty. These are the first 6 cells. And as you can tell, my walls are the guest book. It's wonderful in here. This is Thelma and Louise. This is John Dillinger.
Huh.
This is Al Capone. This is Jailhouse Rock, Elvis Presley. This is Jesse James. And this is the potty. So what I did.
This is the potty.
That's the potty, yeah.
Like that.
So even though I had a motorcycle as a kid, my father always made sure we had motorcycles, I didn't know the motorcycle world. I found out in the first 6 months that if you know a man that has a lot of Harley t-shirts in their closet and you think that those shirts aren't really that special, all you have to do is cut them up and put them on a Goodwill duvet, and then you don't have a Harley boyfriend. You have no boyfriend because nobody cuts up their shirts, I guess. Silly me. How did I know? So anyway, that's 2 button-up shirts, and this is the rest is Harley t-shirts. I learned the hard way. You don't cut up a man's Harley stuff.
But we will go into a lot more detail about the Old Jail Inn next week. But there's nothing like finishing up a ride at one of the best watering holes in the state of Indiana, the 36 Saloon.
All right, this is our last stop for today. We're at 36 Saloon in Rockville. This bar has been here for a long time. Mark, the guy that owns it, has came through here and decorated with all kinds of neat things to keep you occupied. Outdoor, he's built an outdoor facility here called the Hog Pit. It caters to all the motorcyclists. There's steel sculptures and old motorcycles, and it's the place to be. As you may look outside and shoot some footage outside of all the bikes that are up here. This place is full of motorcycles, very motorcycle friendly. One of the best destinations in Indiana.
I got to meet you a couple years ago, came out to the 36 Saloon, and I was blown away
by it, and here it is 2 years later. I'm finally getting back out here. I've been wanting to do this for a couple of years now. Obviously, you're not worried about whether this goes good to see if you can pack the place out, because obviously I think Cindy and I are about the only ones that haven't come out here for a meal yet. How long have you been out here?
Built this out here like 4 years ago, so it took me a while to get this lot, but I've been here for 23 years altogether.
And I know you told me once before, you started off with a kind of a small
bar right behind us, just a bar, no food. And 2007, I bought the building next door and remodeled and moved over there, and just kept adding on about every year.
Yeah, this is kind of like the bar of dreams right here. Build it and they will come and do. You're basically in the middle of nowhere, but yet everybody I know comes out here on a pretty regular basis. Everybody loves this place. Did you ever picture it being this big when you first started?
Never dreamed it'd be what it is now. Just wild idea, and I did it. So
now, are you happy you did it, or is it more of a headache than you thought it would have been?
It's a big headache, but there's days I'm glad I did it, and there's days I wish I'd have stayed small. So.
We're gonna go grab a bite to eat ourselves now, sit down at the table. We've been out on a ride, and this is just a great destination for anybody out on a ride for the day. Perfect place to come to, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Even though the five of us rode together all day, our minds were all in different places. And that's the amazing thing about riding. You can physically be close to your friends and loved ones, yet you and your mind can be alone on the bike. At the different stops, we could laugh and talk about life. And when we were riding, we could let our minds wander wherever they wanted and needed to go. For Chris, Beth, and John, it was a chance to take a few hours to escape a difficult and emotional year. And for Cindy and I, it was a chance to escape the crazy work hours we've put in all summer. That day, we all rode together and went to the same stops, yet we all had a different experience. And what a beautiful thing that is, because it's not what you ride, it's that you ride.
Still Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.